Oh, here we go. We are live on only YouTube from North Carolina
Hey.
and Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. It is March the 10th, 2024, and this is episode 55. Where's my camera? 55.
Dang, 55.
Can you believe it?
55. We're almost at your age.
Almost. Read a stat that said most podcasts barely get out of like the teens. So, we got the Crow Resin already here, bright and early.
Crow.
We got the Gaming Cyborg.
Hey, the belated birthday boy.
Ray's gonna like this show because we got a lot of topics that Ray's gonna be interested in. So there you go.
Bruce Campbell.
We got Bruce Campbell. I can't show his tweet because it just looks stupid. It doesn't actually have the graphics. It just says hand waving.
This is what he's doing.
I know. He's in the back. Bruce is in the back.
Oh, in the back?
Waving in the back. Waving from the back. Looks better on YouTube than it does on the Talk Studio. So how was your week and weekend?
It was a busy week, as usual.
Shocking.
Yeah, right. We had 3 soccer games this week, which all of them were away. So one game, Ray, you'll know the Wake Forest area. We had to drive up to Wake Forest. So it was with traffic, it was about an hour from where I live. Ray, don't get too far ahead of yourself. But yes, Ray.
Okay, are the show notes leaked online? Like, how does everybody know our show
I know,
notes?
right?
like.
Yeah. So it was good. She played in there's a thing that they do every year, Jeff. You might like this story. It's a sad story, but I think you'll like the outcome of it. About 18 years ago, 18 years exactly. This was it was 18. It's 18. 18 years ago, there was a varsity high school women's soccer player that was abducted. Okay, and she was killed, unfortunately. And every year,
loving the story so far.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said you're not gonna love it. Every year since, the high schools in the area get together and they play games against each other. It all raises money. It always raises awareness for like a scholarship and for this fund. So the outcome of everything outside of that, right? Like they've done a lot of really good stuff. This is 18th year in a row that they've done this thing. It's a big deal to the girls. All the girls that get to go, all the high schools that get invited to go. It's a really big deal to them. Just to be able to, they do like a story at the beginning. The family is there, and it's just really, it's a cool thing. So that was Saturday. And then the rest of the weekend, I spent replacing wood on my deck. So, yeah, cool. There you go. Nice. Soccer and wood.
Nice. Well, this week was just my normal gaming.
You don't seem at all amused.
Monday and Wednesday, of course, I'm playing Skull and Bones and Call to Arms. Although this week we're flipping it because they seem to do. They seem to do maintenance at 9:00. Actually, now with the time change, who knows when it's going to be? Anyways, we're doing Call to Arms on Monday. We're going to do Skull and Bones on Wednesday. A guy from TikTok who actually lives in Hamilton joined Crow and I, so that was quite fun. He's well advanced, so he was giving us some hints and stuff. And then, of course, we were playing I was playing the NES on the Nintendo Switch Online on Friday night, and then Saturday I played Star Racer. The devs were in the chat, and big thanks to Mike at Vicarious PR for making arrangements for that. So that was fun. And then when I wasn't doing that, I was stealing from the poor and giving to the rich in Robin Hood.
Robin Hood still, huh?
It's a slight variation of the game. It's a DLC where you rob from the poor and you give it to the rich. So
that's so screwed up.
That's what we were doing.
Speaking of time change, I am feeling so much more energized this week, Jeff. Usually, like right before we go live, I'm like, oh, excuse me, Jeff.
Because I need my coffee. I need my coffee.
So yeah, the time change is working.
Purple Haze. I got to jump in while we were before we had our final walkthrough of the show. I jumped in and played some games with Purple. I was the first eliminated in every single round. I had the very first game. She's like, Jeff, we're waiting on you. What are you doing, Jeff? I was just going around in circles. I had no way. I didn't know which way was up. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I have not played Fall Guys since that one time I played it on stream after Stadia died. I had no idea. Shout out to Purple Haze for inviting me to play, but that was just I ended up just leaving. Like, I got to go. I got a show or something, colonoscopy, anything that was more fun than playing Fall Guys. I'm like, can we go play?
Losing the hour does suck, but I do like it being later longer. So I'll take the trade off just for the one time. I wish we didn't even have to do it at all. Like, well, you know what? It's your government. Our government already passed laws to change it. It's your screwed up government. If you guys, what's crazy? If you guys did it, we would follow along. Like, we already have the legislation approved. We're not going to change and not have you guys change, because that would just mess everything up. My boss lives in Arizona, and they don't change time.
They do not change. No. Shout out to Squids, who doesn't change. Nope. Shout out to Saskatchewan, who also doesn't change.
Not at all. So every time I talk to him, I'm like, so you're 2 hours behind me now. Now you're 3 hours behind me. So I have to remember that tomorrow he's going to be an extra hour behind me.
Yep. What that means is you get an extra hour in the morning without him bothering you.
I'm going to be honest. I have a really hard time sleeping in on the weekends. For some reason, I want to get up earlier on the weekends than I do during the week. So I'm usually up 6:30 or so on a Saturday morning. I let the dogs out, and then I might game for a little bit in quiet just until I hear people rustling. I didn't get out of bed this morning with the time change until 9 o'clock. You're gonna lie.
One of us was up till 4 a.m. playing Wreckfest.
I couldn't stay up till 4 a.m. There's
no way, dude. One of us was playing.
No way. I can't even make it till midnight anymore, Jeff. I'm so like
one of us.
No.
One of us
can't do it.
So,
well, I hope everybody's having a good week.
Time is an expensive commodity, but it's also a scarce commodity at the same time.
Commodity. Weather's changing. We're getting a little warmer here. Jeff, did you guys get warmer this week, or did you get some of that cold storm that came through?
It was up and down. One day it was hot, the next day it was cold. Although the time change, now the clock in my car is correct.
Oh, good. So now you don't have to cut the hour anymore.
And the clock on the stove, correct.
We have a big clock that hangs over our front door on the inside. There's a bit of wall up there. It's this big clock that's got like these big gears.
It doesn't hang on the outside?
No, it's battery operated though, okay? And so my wife looked at me the other day and she goes, you know the time change is coming up, right? And I said, yeah. She goes, I think we need to put that clock somewhere else because you haven't changed the battery in that in 2 years. So I have a clock in my house that's been stuck on the same time.
It's only right twice a day?
It's only right twice a day, that's right. It is not broken, it just needs a battery. So
there you go.
Oh, more and more projects. Hey, did I share with you yet? No, I didn't.
No, you did before, but
waiting on me. There you go. There you go. I'll let you have that. And then we can get into this thing for this week.
I don't think I do not know of what part of Saskatchewan changes. The people I know in Saskatchewan don't change their clocks, Jim. So I'm calling you out on that, Jim.
Interesting.
I'm calling Jim out on that. Calling Jim out on that.
55, Jeff. 55 and
you
feeling
betcha.
Alive.
That's right. I made a video this week of me. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was playing. I was playing the hardest boss in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I made a YouTube short. If you have not seen it, I took on the hardest boss in Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and I won.
Oh. Man, you know, I really appreciate you and your ability to foreshadow, Jeff, because our first topic today is none other than that Well, that's wrong. It's not another NCAA record. It's actually going to be the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. So we're going to talk about that. I don't know why I didn't change that, Jeff. Why didn't I change that? What's wrong with me?
I don't know. I saw it in the production meeting, but I forgot to tell you. Because
So
I just thought you were going to. I thought you were going to change
everybody.
It. Folks, we're still new. Folks,
Game
we're new.
over all over again.
Folks, we're new.
Here we go.
We're new.
You'd think 54 episodes would teach you, change your save, right? All right, second story for today is AI and the Princess. If you don't know what we're talking about, you find out soon. And then a little discussion around, is EA losing Star Wars as far as Star Wars games?
Oh, I
Jeff's got a really funny post of the week.
Should have brought my lightsaber.
You should have. Did you hear about, and then 5 guesses. I've got 5 guesses for Jeff this week. He's going to be doing a little bit of Family Feud, taking a little page out of his book.
Whoa.
So that'll be fun.
I'm usually.
Jeffy, what aren't we talking about?
We're not going to talk about Matt Pat's final show, which aired what day is it? Yesterday, and of course YouTube did a big tribute to him, and so did a lot of other people. We're not going to talk about the craziness going on with the FaZe Clan at the moment, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to talk about how EA Shadow dropped a whole bunch of games on Steam, which great for that, but pissed off and ruined a bunch of days for a bunch of indie devs who had planned for months and years to have, because they don't launch games on weekends. So everything was going to be there. It was going to be perfect. It was going to be there Thursday, 3 or 4 days, right there at the top of new releases. And then boom, there's EA takes it over. So not good. And then whatever Antonio.
We're not going to talk about Antonio Brown's latest Thirst episode where he's. Well, I'm not going to talk about it. We're not. Do
we have to ban him like that other guy, that basketball guy?
Would love to.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's get into it. This was the craziest story of the week. I had to send it to you right away as soon as I saw it, because I honestly was hoping that you were going to write me back and be like, no, that's some bullshit. That's some AI, stupid, shit. You got the wrong Bleacher Report account. You got Bleacher Report, 69 or something, right? But no, lo and behold, Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul July 20th at where, Jeff?
AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, United States of America. Now, hold on. What we don't know yet is it going to be a professional fight or an exhibition? The Texas Gaming Authority has not ruled yet on what it's going to be. That has a lot of impact on everything from betting to everything.
I can tell you what it's going to be.
I didn't send it to you, but some AI ran the fight 99 times or something stupid. And, Jake Paul lost all 99 times or something, died or something in all of them or something. So,
I told you before the show, I really, it was actually kind of funny because I was like, I really hate giving Jake Paul like any more exposure than what he already has. And you were like, yes, because I'm sure our show's going to make or break him. It caught me off guard with that one. I was laughing a bit. But seriously, like, I what I will say about Jake Paul and his whole thing is that they know how to market. They know how to market themselves. And,
it is true.
Like him or hate him, a lot of this stuff is fake. It's all entertainment. I mean, he grew up on TV, like he grew up as a YouTuber. Like, it's all about entertainment. It's all about the next thing. And he's just into a much bigger pool of what he can do now. Mike Tyson, maybe he needs a little bit of money. Maybe he wants to show that he can still fight. I don't know. I mean, on any given Sunday, Mike Tyson should not lose to Jake Paul. What I will say is, watching some of the clips of him and stuff, he does hit hard. He's got a big punch. So, I don't know, man. Like, I would think Tyson would walk away with this easily, but I feel like it's going to be scripted, or it's going to go to a decision or some stupid bullshit. Like you said, it might be an exhibition match and nobody gets a win or a loss. It's just participation ribbon and you go home with like millions of dollars. So, I don't know. I don't know.
The part that interests me, of course, is where is it going to air?
It's going to be on Netflix.
It's going to be on Netflix. We've talked about this before. Netflix is obviously going to be doing WWE. It's it's going to have it's going to have live sports, and we've talked about this. Netflix wants to get into live sports. I could see the next negotiation round them getting some NFL, maybe some NBA, maybe some NASCAR, maybe F1, probably not, but I could see in the next iteration of negotiations. If this goes well, they're trying with these singular events, and let's just see what happens.
But I think everybody knows in their heart how they really think it's going to go, Jeff. We've all seen this story before, Jeff. I mean, it's ingrained in our childhoods, our adolescence.
One of them I beat in the game. I beat one of those.
You beat
one of them.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
It took 45. It took 45 attempts, but
I was thinking about this when I was kind of putting the slides together, right? You keep seeing all these videos of Tyson just wailing on these bags. I mean, so powerful, just like we've always seen him, right? I remember the last time I saw Mike Tyson in a ring, he didn't look very good. That was like 15 years ago. So
what is he, 58 now? 57, 58, 57, 58 now?
So, oh, yeah, he's up there.
Yep.
Yeah. He had that big gray beard for a while.
Joe, Joe, this is what we've talked about. It could be another blow to traditional broadcasting. I have said, and there's some random UK guy who disagreed with me that ESPN wouldn't be worried about this, but he's from the UK and doesn't understand US television sports or anything. So we're just going to ignore his stupid comment. But
instead we'll listen to the Canadian.
Instead we'll listen to the Canadian. Exactly. 100%. Exactly.
Oh man.
Exactly. Well, but that's not now. Hold on. So you are correct. And I've talked about this before. And I'm a branding guy. I'm all about branding. Right? And it pains me every time I watch somebody like, hey, I got new merch. Are you wearing it? No. Why would I? Then why, if you don't want to wear your own merch, why would I? Anyways, that's a whole nother, that's a topic for another day. I'm a branding guy. I'm a marketing guy. What else is Logan Paul doing? Oh, look at that. Prime is going to be the new hydration drink of the WWE, and its logo will be on the mat for every pay-per-view starting with WrestleMania.
I just I think I can't get excited. I know I'm
you didn't want to give him more press, and here we are. Our top 3 stories are all about this clown.
Especially if Ray is still here. Ray, I don't want to offend you by what I'm about to say.
Oh, I have no problem offending Ray. You want me to say it?
But like the WWE stuff is just like it's so fake, man. And like these dudes,
scripted.
Like, hold on. Before I say that, it's scripted. Thank you. Okay, it's scripted. I know that they're jumping, and I saw some dude go through like a glass table the other day from like the top of a ladder. I don't even understand some of this stuff. Why people would want to do this? It's entertainment, I guess. But knowing this and seeing his face right there, seeing Logan's face right there, right? I'm just like.
You want to slap it?
He is playing like a supervillain right now, like in real life.
Do we want to put you in it? Do you want to get in the mat? Do you want to get in the ring with him next time? Ladies and gentlemen, Logan Paul versus Ryzak.
No. It's nothing like that. I just
Logan Paul versus Ryzak.
I was tired of the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce stuff. I'm tired of the Paul brothers. I'm over all this stuff. I won't drink Prime. I don't drink those sugary drink shits anyway. Like, everybody's got one. It's all supposed to be the best thing for you. I don't know. It just, and I think about, and here's where I meant to get into the no offense thing. I feel like maybe the fans of both of these sports are eager for the drama type fantasy play stuff that these two do so well. So whether it's in boxing or whether it's in WWE or UFC or whatever it is that they're going to do with this stuff, right? It's all big promotion, like you said. It's all just, and they have the right audience for what they're trying to do, and they sell into it so well. So kudos to them. I just can't stand it anymore. So when I heard that he was fighting Mike Tyson, I'm like, oh my God, why? That would be like Michael Jordan coming out and playing one-on-one against Kevin Hart or something, and the chance that Kevin Hart might win, and I just like, I don't know. All right, I'm done.
Do you want people to get off your lawn too, old man?
Yes, don't get on my lawn. I spend a lot of time on my lawn.
All right.
Somebody else who has a really nice lawn is the royal family. And if you haven't seen this picture yet circulating around the news waves,
it is Mother's Day in the UK. So all UK mothers, happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day in the UK. Happy Mother's Day to the UK mothers. This picture is not real.
Apparently.
Jeff, you sent this to me earlier.
Allegedly.
They're saying that this picture might have been created with AI. All right. Now,
but who did it?
There you go. So I don't have the tweet up here that you had sent me. I took the two pictures from it instead.
Yeah.
You were explaining this to me earlier. So the AP, the Associated Press, has put out this kill notification to everybody that's affiliated with them to not use this picture, right?
Yeah.
We aren't, so we are. Because
we are not affiliated with
cool
we are not affiliated with the Associated Press.
We're cool like that. So apparently the rumors, and I say rumors, okay, because I don't want to get in trouble. The rumors are that the palace is the one that actually created this photo.
Apparently.
Right? And we've heard some stories about the palace, rumors about the palace before, okay, especially with princesses. So this is a little concerning. You had said that there might be some more news that pops out tomorrow. Of course, Monday morning, all the tabloids, all the news shows, they're going to be all over this stuff.
Well,
right?
they're also 4 hours ahead of us, right? This was all happening tonight. Well after they were closed, right? So, and if you just look this up, there's lots of memes and lots of people running with this. It could very well be true. I was actually, how I learned about it was I was actually watching Courage JD, his live stream, and he mentioned it to Scythe, and I turned to somebody who's a royal person sitting next to me, and I went, "Did you know about this? Is this true?" And they're like, "No, can't be true." And then they were looking, they're like, "Well, maybe. Well, look at his hand, and oh wait, maybe. Oh wait, no, this is real. No, whoa, wait a minute." So,
When I think what everybody's pointing to here, that's the biggest thing is right here. This is the wedding ring finger of the princess, and there's no ring. So that's not something that would be the case. So that's kind of like the first thing. There's a couple of other things I think about the kids and the fingers right on this left hand right here, the way that they are, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, this is like a big international story, and it involves AI, which we've talked about a little bit before. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of this. I think ultimately we won't hear about this in a couple of weeks. It'll be brushed under the rug, and
almost likely
it'll be on to the next thing.
Yep.
Well, something that's kind of been a crazy story to follow along this week has been information about these Star Wars games, right? What is the Knights of the Old Republic? There's supposed to be like a remake that's been talked about there. There's this Mandalorian
Mandalorian game,
first player game, right? And that's the one that they've said is canceled. And it had something to do, Jeff. I don't know if you know a little bit more or not. It had something to do with like lightsabers. There's a couple of things, but one of the things was that there was no lightsabers. Am I right on that?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Okay, I thought I read something in there about that the reason that one of the reasons they didn't want to do the game anymore was because there was no lightsabers, right?
Okay.
So we kind of bounce back and forth this week like we normally do, sending stuff.
Mhm.
You sent me over a video here
Yeah.
from
Mhm.
YouTube channel Star Wars Theory. Okay,
Yep.
and I watched this.
Mhm.
You watched
Mhm.
this. It was pretty interesting. The
Mhm.
description that he gave. Feel
Mhm.
free to take the lead on this if you
Yeah.
want. I can set you up here just by
Yeah.
he got some information from someone close to him
Mhm.
that's in the know that gave
Mhm.
him approval to talk on this, right?
Yep. So if so you can go look this up. If you can't find it, reach out to me and I can send you the link. Basically, the TLDR is that Disney was going to be raising the percentage royalty that they wanted for to use the Star Wars likeness. And companies then were like, well, by the time we factor everything else in, we're not making any money. We're just going to scrap the game. He also said there is one company that does not have to pay royalties. 3 guesses what that company is? Starts with E.
Where are they from, Jeff?
They are from North Carolina.
My neighbors up the road.
Your neighbors, who we may be talking about them later, so stay tuned. But yes,
well, and we were
Epic.
just talking about them and Disney, last week.
So apparently
we're starting
Epic,
to see like some connect the dots here happen.
Epic does not have to pay that royalty, whereas EA and other companies would. Allegedly. Again, this is what he's reporting. He's fact checked it. He's done a bunch of stuff. So if you're interested, go find the video. It is, forget how long. It's not that long. 12 minutes, 15 minutes. Can't remember. It's good. It's a good listen though.
Yep.
But then, yeah. So anyways, he says some things.
The biggest takeaway for me from the video was the talk about Unreal Engine, right?
Yes.
And how it's not even just about video games. It's about movies. It's about animation. It's about Pixar. It's about CGI. It's about AI. It's about all of that stuff that Unreal Engine can play a part in, which is why they would want to move into these partnerships with Fortnite, right? So or Epic, not Fortnite, but they have that Fortnite connection too.
Whoever won Best Animated Film tonight at the Academy Awards thanked Epic. Thanked Epic Games. And again, that's why Disney, wanted a 10% stake of Epic, because they wanted access to, Unreal Engine.
Well, they were quick to put out that the game is still coming out. Take it how you will. It will. It won't. But there are some other Star Wars type games that I know I've been hearing about. Like they want to remake Knights of the Old Republic for one. Like a lot of those first Battlefronts, I think they wanted to redo. I read the other day. So we'll see if EA is out and Epic is in. What does that do for Star Wars? And does it become very Fortnite-y?
Maybe. Who knows?
That's that Unreal Engine.
That is Unreal Engine. Maybe there's going to, you got your Battle Royale, you got your music, you got your Lego. Maybe you're going to have Star Wars, Maybe there'll be a Star Wars.
Well, there's going to be that whole Disney area, right? So pretty soon, or at least that's what they're working towards. Jeffy, post of the week. You sent this to me.
I did.
I laughed because I couldn't get past the second line. And then found out that it was actually a little bit sadder.
We're not there. We're not seeing it yet.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
I'm building it up. I'm building it up over here.
Oh, okay.
The Iditarod, huh? What's the Iditarod?
It's a dog sled race across Alaska.
Dog sled race across Alaska. Now these are like the Huskies and stuff. Like you see them out there, like they're going along. What is a musher?
It's the guy,
That's the person on the sled.
That's on the back.
Yeah. All right.
Telling the dogs to mush.
So in the first 24 hours of the race, there was an aggressive moose.
Apparently.
Okay.
Apparently.
What is moose plural?
I don't.
Is it just moose? Mooses?
Moosey?
Meese?
Don't know.
I think it's just the. So anyway, the person on the back of the sled, I guess, punched the moose in the face. And I started laughing at that. I couldn't get past that. And you just sat there just like you are now, like, all right, dumbass, there's more to it.
There's more to it.
And it looks like the next one that came along had to shoot the poor moose, which means he had to stop and field dress it, according to the rules. So that third team, the musher from that third team ran into the carcass. So there is a sporting event out there where you use dogs as the engine for your sled. However, if you get attacked by the wilderness and you happen to kill it, you have to stop and dress it in the middle of the race and then get back on and catch up to everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. and you know, maybe he left it out for the third team to crash into it. Maybe he didn't. You know, scandal in the Iditarod.
And then I like the subtweet there. This is way too much moose chaos for this early in the race. That is hilarious.
Yep.
Oh,
good job.
Is Canada represented in the Iditarod, or is it just Americans?
I think it's just Americans, but we might have a team. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Well,
you
don't know how long it goes, do you? I'm asking a lot of questions about this thing.
It's like a week.
Is it that long? Because I know they like stay overnight. Like, don't they have to get somewhere and then the team gets to go out like however the time that they finish, right? Like the teams get to go out based on that time that they finished.
Yep. Fun
so like if I finished an hour ahead of you, I get an hour head start the next day, right?
Well, of course. It wouldn't be fair to have everyone start at the same time again. It's not like the Tour de France.
Yeah, right. Bicycle racing.
Yeah, I know.
They need electrical bicycle racing, and then I'll get involved.
There you go. Then when that becomes an Olympic sport, you're there.
Absolutely, totally there. All in my 40s.
Can we put a little NOS on it?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to go faster.
All right, I'm sure.
Hey, sad day the other day. Akira Toriyama, creative mind of the Dragon Ball series. What I think sucks is like Chrono Trigger, right? Like, I think we've all talked about Chrono Trigger from Retro Rewind, just other things that we've talked about. Like, it was a very big RPG, like in time. Dragon Quest was huge earlier on, right? So, pretty cool career there. Pretty cool story that this guy had. But I saw a clip as I was looking through the internet, laying in bed, and there was a town in South America somewhere. I don't want to get the country wrong, so I'm not going to say it, but it was in South America. And they held like a Dragon Ball Z parade to honor him. If you haven't seen that video, it'll probably circulate now that my voice just said it. But
probably
pretty crazy the impact that Dragon Ball Z had on the world. I was just... I think I was just a little bit too old of a teenager when Dragon Ball Z came out to really get into it. And I wish I had, to be quite honest with you. But
my kids were into it. They would play it all the time when we used to have the other house, and we had the man cave downstairs. All through their teenage years, they were playing it and stuff. Yeah, they're big fans.
It's a huge franchise. So, and I just remember, like, whenever I used to hear anybody talk about it, like, oh, it's going to be the end. And then it wasn't the end, and it would go on for like another little bit, right? Like, he's got his super mega ultimate form power now. And like, okay. I didn't get it at the time. So anyway, good.
And he was only 68.
Only 68. Yeah. So not you gotta wonder, like, you know, does the business itself place a lot of stress on the individuals, right? The ability to have that creative mind and to always have to be the center of that creative mind. So I don't know.
It's good. It's interesting.
All right, Ray, here we go. This
Uh-oh.
happened. SEC championship game, South Carolina and LSU. LSU player fouls the South Carolina player after a late steal. Another South Carolina player comes up and taunts, leads that LSU player to push, and then you saw the South Carolina 6'8", Jeff, 6'8", that young lady is. She came in and just mauls this girl. So right here, number 2 is just yeah, and then everybody's mad because she pushed her, but they're not mad that she taunted her. You see the girl in the back, number 10, bam, like a football linebacker right there, Jeff. Coach was not happy about it. A lot of people not happy about it. You can see there's like a fan that jumps over the scorer's table, and then there's like a police officer that jumps over after them. Like, it was a little chaotic here at the end of this game. These are 2 of the best programs in the country. They happen to be in the same conference. I miss anything there?
That they'll probably face each other in the March Madness coming up.
There's a good chance that they could. Of course, LSU is the defending champ, right? They've got a lot of swagger on their team. Their coaches, she's always decked out in cool outfits and a lot of sequins and stuff. So they've got a little bit of swag to them as a team. And South Carolina is coached by Dawn Staley. I'm pretty sure by that. And she's former player. She knows what it takes to get these girls revved up. She's got a heck of a squad too. They've got a little bit of swagger. So, it was natural that tempers were going to flare, but that was a little, that girl completely crushed her. So, fortunately, everybody was okay.
Could there be some suspensions? Could there be some suspensions heading into March Madness?
Yeah,
maybe maybe they have to sit out a couple of games if it's early rounds. Maybe they'll be suspended for the entire March Madness. Who knows?
I would like to know when they go back and look at this tape, right? Like number 2, she was the instigator in that whole sequence, right? The first shove wouldn't have happened if she wasn't in her face, like yelling at her. And I don't know what led up to that. I didn't watch the game, but is there something that happens there too? And then does the LSU player get punished for the push, right? Like, you shouldn't be doing that. I mean, it happens. You shouldn't be doing it, right? So are they going to make an example of this kind of thing? So, all right. Here's a cool story here that you shared with me. Howard men's basketball. That is near where I used to live, where I grew up, Jeff. Alexandria, Virginia. That's where I grew up. Howard is in D.C.
Okay.
And the Washington Post, obviously a big newspaper up in that area. So this is Tremel Rags. He was a sports reporter at the Washington Post, and he has been hired as an assistant coach for the Howard men's basketball team. You asked me a question earlier. I don't have the answer to it, but your question was about...
Has there ever been a reporter going from reporting to coaching? Coaching to reporting? Coaching or playing to broadcasting? Yes. But gone the other way? Don't know. I saw various tweets saying this was the first one that people knew of, but I didn't really fact check it all that much. And there may be some smaller paper people who've done it, obviously maybe in a small town, sure. But, at a big scale like this, big university, I don't know.
I wish I had done a little bit more research on Tremel. I'm wondering if he played and where he played. If he was a former player at Howard and then went on to become a sports reporter, that makes a little bit more sense. Not to answer your question of whether it's first or not, but if he's got playing or if he's got previous coaching, I mean, that would definitely...
Still a fun story.
I think it's totally cool. How many things have we talked about where reporters and journalism is kind of making these cuts and things, and what happens if he had gotten wind like, hey man, sorry, next season you're going to be out, you might want to find something. Oh, I just got an assistant coaching job at Howard, thanks for letting me know.
Very well could have happened. Could have happened. Yep.
Pretty cool. Speaking of basketball and in that Northern Virginia area, shout out to my alma mater high school, Hayfield Secondary School. They made it to the Final Four of the state tournament. They lost in the Final Four. But Jeff, it's not all sad because they are back-to-back state champions. So they were going for 3 state championships in a row this year, and they made it to the Final Four. So that's pretty impressive when you have turned kids over, you know.
Yeah.
So even a college program, if they won 2 national championships in a row and they were in the Final Four for the 3rd year running, that would be considered a dynasty, right? Like.
Well, there was a lot of talk at the NFL Combine about the fact that there were 18 players from Michigan. Michigan head coach is gone. They got a new head coach. How's Michigan going to do next year? And they kept trying to pin the new coach and JJ and other players about what's going on in Michigan. And they're like, hey, they're fine. They're fine. Yep. Just stand back and watch. Yep. Or count them out. Go ahead. So there we go. This is something that Ray has been talking about for days.
Ray's A's.
It's like Ray's praise, but only different. Ray's A's, the Oakland A's new stadium, state-of-the-art stadium in Las Vegas. Not what happens in Vegas.
I'm gonna be honest. That
this
picture
is happening
on the left,
in Vegas. It's not staying there.
That picture on the left, it just looks like it fits. It just looks like the latest casino, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that is
Ray's like, why
crazy.
couldn't they build that in Oakland? Why couldn't they build that in Oakland? Well, you said money. I said Oakland's a crap hole.
I don't think anybody in Oakland was funding the dough for this, right? Look at that scoreboard in the outfield. It's like a curved screen that's a part of the roof.
Yeah.
Now, granted, these are just renderings, right?
Sure.
This isn't what's actually going to be there, but it's a cool concept. I think it's a cool concept.
Some guy like Rue Diggs has to then architect this crap, and then some other dude has to build it. I've watched enough engineering shows where they're like, they made us do this, and we had no way of putting these 2 pieces together.
The picture on the right. Why is New York City's skyline in the background?
I don't know. Because you can see it from Vegas?
I was thinking like there's New York, like the casino, but I don't think it looks like that. I think it's just one building.
I haven't been to Vegas since I was 16.
Well, I don't even know if New York is there anymore.
Which was a long time ago.
I haven't been to Vegas in 28 years.
It's been longer for me.
So, all right. Sad news here. We always have to have one of these on the show because we hear about them every week. Rooster Teeth shutting down after 21 years. 21 years, Jeff. That means that they started in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
You like my math there?
And that was great. Good job. Great. That's grade 1 math right there, folks. You may never have heard of Rooster Teeth, but you've probably seen their shows. They were one of the first things to do podcasts, scripted, all over the place. They were one of the very first. And now they're no more.
I told you earlier, did they do a Halo thing? And I went and looked it up. There was a Halo series called Red versus Blue. Mm-hmm. And they were responsible for that first season, at least. I don't know if they did anything else after that. Actually, I take that back. I think it said like 3 seasons. But Red versus Blue, that Halo series.
Tons of stuff. They had tons of stuff that if you went and looked up, you're like, oh, that was them. Oh, that was them. It's like, when you listen to old bands, you're like, oh, they did that song? Oh, I like that song. Oh, they did that song?
And it was just like 5 or 6 people or something like that came together and started this whole thing too, right? And if I'm not mistaken, I think this was on the heels of like that College Humor success.
Mm-hmm. Could be. Yeah, it was the early days. I could be wrong. It was the early days of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that early 2000s.
Yeah.
Y2K, baby. 2003.
Yep.
Here you go. This is a big news that just came out here recently. Former Activision CEO Bobby Kotick is reportedly looking to purchase TikTok.
So
Jeff, I heard that TikTok was going to be canceled in the U.S. So why would you want to do this?
Well, your government, so your government has, proposed, a ban on TikTok. Not so much a ban, but a requirement to make them sell, because they think, although the company denied it, that they think that they're tied to the Chinese government and the Chinese mafia and the Chinese this and the CEO, and your legislators were interviewing the CEO of TikTok, and they're like, "Have you been part of the Communist Party?" He's like, "I'm from Singapore." He goes, "Do you have a Chinese passport?" "No, I'm from Singapore. I have a Singapore passport." "Do you have an American passport?" "Not yet. I'm working on it." Like, just typical out of touch. Out of touch. So yes, Crow, they think it's tied to China. Correct. Well, ByteDance is a Chinese company that owns it. So, and they think they're spying, and so, but
I thought this was crazy because Bobby here, he didn't end his tenure in the best light, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, then what a better person to
would he be the right person to lead?
No. Nope.
The biggest social media platform on the planet, right?
Nope.
No. What do you mean no?
No.
So who would be?
You know who I'm going to back?
I'm going to guess that you're going to.
I'm going to back. I'm going to back this guy. Get a load of this guy. Get a load of this guy.
I love that he's always wearing like Japanese samurai pants, like flip-flops, and then a suit top when he does his
you can only see him whenever he does his
right.
live.
No, it's
right?
Hey, trust me, I am all about it. I just love it. I love the choice in pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's always wearing those things.
I
He's
know.
got a ton of them.
I know. Crow says he is the most corrupt, evil person in the world.
Ever again.
You could say that about Mr.
No,
Wonderful.
that's what I mean. Like he didn't leave a good
I know.
trail when he got ousted.
So
I like Mr. Wonderful. I think that what he says here in this little interview, I don't claim to know a lot about like litigation and big business and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He talks about getting a group together to kind of go after that. But what he would want is Congress or the government's approval on what it is that they want to do, because he wants to keep 20% going to China or to whomever, right? Like he's not trying to completely cut them out. He's just trying to get all the servers and everything to American soil, so that they can
the Chinese spyware.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take the question marks out, right? But it's their baby, so let's let them be profitable on their baby. But let's take the security concern out of it, and I'd be somebody willing to come in and help get that going, right?
Yeah.
So,
correct.
He's a smart guy, and I think that is definitely something that would need to be answered for anybody that's going to purchase it, right? Like, you kind of need to have that.
Oh, and I'm sure our boy the Cubes will be part of it, and so yeah, maybe
Elon just snabs it up and ties it into X.
Maybe he's not the richest man in the world anymore.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you spend $43 billion on a social media platform.
Jeffy is. Although I still think some Saudien guys are richer, but they don't talk about them.
Yeah, I think that there's like a prince that's far and above beyond everybody. I saw something the other day. Bezos. You talk about Jeff Bezos, yeah?
I am. Well, he's just Jeff to me. But
his ex-wife has almost completely donated all of her settlement.
Correct.
She said she wasn't going to spend a penny of it. She was going to donate all of it, and she's almost lived up to that. It's like $150 million or something like that she's already given away. It's crazy.
How rich are you when you get divorced, lose half of it, and you're still the richest person?
And that's why I brought that up, because
you're still crazy, man. You're still the richest person in the world, and you lost half of it to your ex-wife.
Oh my goodness. Hey, we were talking Epic Games earlier with all the Star Wars talk. You shared this with me because I don't play Fortnite, and I could really give two craps about Fortnite.
Oh, another
But I guess
story,
they put
Ray.
out a new
Another story.
season.
This is another story. All our stories this week were just from Ray. Ray just said these are just things that Ray was bitching about all week, and I just stuck him in the show.
I appreciate Ray. So Fortnite went down the other day, and they had put up a
on purpose. On purpose. It was the new season. It was a scheduled downtime from 3 a.m. Eastern to,
and it was supposed to be for a few hours, right?
Supposed to be for a few hours while they did the upgrades. Yep. Correct. Yeah.
Yep. And then those few hours came and went, and they still were not back up. Correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So that led, of course, people to go to the internet and, do what people do on the internet. Oh, God, the world's coming to an end. I can't play Fortnite. Oh, I need the new season.
Ray's son Evan was having a meltdown.
Tim
they
Sweeney?
came out and said something went wrong, unexpected. It's going to be 8 hours. So all the creators then set up a clock, and we're all staying live all day. Had this 8-hour countdown. I think some of them eventually gave up and said, we'll be back in 7.5 hours. And then they extended it later on. But in the middle of the day, Tim Sweeney, the CEO, posted this. The server's
down right now. Yeah, you got Han Solo jumping down into the Millennium Falcon.
Trying to fix whatever nightmare. And then he tweeted, C++ for dummies.
This stuff is tricky.
This stuff is tricky.
But that wasn't all.
No.
Because then he put this up there.
See people, please disperse. So
people were losing their minds, Jeff, as they always do.
Should the CEO of a major corporation in the middle of a meltdown, should he be tweeting this? Maybe
I like not. It makes me like him a little bit better.
Does it make you like him a bit better? Do you look at him like a doofus, realizing that he can't solve the problem, right? Engineers and other people way smart. Like, he's not the one that's, ultimately the buck stops with him, sure. But there's other people smarter, and other people are like, maybe they shouldn't have laid off all those, they shouldn't have laid off. It reminds me of the story when Eon laid everybody off, including the guy who controls the pass cards. Nobody could then allegedly get in the building because he left and nobody knew how to do the pass cards because the one guy was the guy that did it and they laid him off. There's that legend story. So I guess he laid off, people who knew how to do this. My question, I tweeted this to Certified Doc, like, they've done this 29 times or whatever. This is version 29, right? Like, even the scheduled 4 hours, does it take that long? Like, I know it's big and I know there's a lot of moving parts and I know there's a lot of, but you think they'd be better at it by now.
Yeah, but I just wonder if when they went to do certain things, if it wasn't something physical like a switch or something like that wasn't programming, or it wasn't working, it wasn't collecting, it wasn't doing what it needed to do. Maybe it wasn't powering on.
They don't have redundancy. They don't have extra. They had to wait for Amazon to go and deliver one. They had to call.
No, they definitely should, but there's a process to all of that stuff, right? So that's definitely where, kind of my work experience comes in.
Well, we were going to call you and say, can you go over and like plug the server in? Like, maybe it's just unplugged and you just gotta.
So I imagine that the way that would work is like a project, right? So like any project, and if there's something that changes, that deviates from the plan during the plan, then there has to be change management, right? There has to be somebody that says, hey, we've got to go to this. There has to be approval. That kind of stuff takes time. Might have to catch somebody in the middle of their yacht in the middle of the Atlantic or something because it's the weekend. Like, you just don't know. There's things that can slow that process down. Then it's a matter of backing up, saving, powering down, making the correction, and then bringing everything online and testing before you switch over again, right? And so it's like a week's worth of shit crammed into, we're on a very limited time schedule, and it just happened to take them 8 hours. That's just Just
Well,
happened to be what it
then they
was.
said it was going to take another 5 hours before you can start downloading the update. So that was
Right.
probably the servers all coming back
Things
online,
rebooting and coming back up.
synchronizing across, copying the files across all of their servers.
Yep.
And all of that. Ryzak and I have been part of, many projects like this where stuff's gone sideways that and you try to plan, and again, but I think after 29, this is season, what is it, season 5, season 2 of chapter 5 or something. Like, they've done this umpteen times. You'd think they'd be a little better at it.
But they've only done it once with it the way that it is.
Maybe.
With the Lego and with the harmonics game, with some of the other things that are going on that have changed. Maybe there's an update in Unreal. Like, there had to be something that triggered it, right? So they obviously figured it out. Maybe you won't ever see them have it happen again because they don't know.
Maybe
lessons learned, root cause analysis, baby.
But I can tell you, the new season is awesome.
Hey, Sanchez.
It's you got all the Greek gods in there. You've got Zeus's lightning bolt. It is awesome. There's going to be tighter integration with the Rocket League championships.
Wait, you said Rocket League? Oh, that Fortnite Rocket League racing thing?
No, the real Rocket League. They're gonna do some integrations there and have the stuff that you win over there port over immediately. But
I just wish that they would put Rocket League on Unreal Engine 5. How about
there's a bit of a downside. I don't know if Crow Resin heard this. They've released in Lego Fortnite some new houses you can build. Just gonna cost you some V-Bucks.
Oh, there it is.
Just going to cost you some V-Bucks if you want some of the new houses in Lego. Just saying.
They always get you with the in-game purchases. And all those kids are going to be getting mommy and daddy's credit card. It's going to, it just makes me sick to my stomach. All right. Enough.
And remember, if you do buy anything through Epic Store, use code JeffJanak, #ad, #sponsored.
Gotta get that plug in there. It's all about the branding, people. It's all about the branding.
And you have to say #ad.
Why don't you flash that shirt up there one time, Jeff? What's it say on there?
And you got to say #ad, #sponsored. It's part of the agreement.
That's it.
That you have to do it. Have to do it.
Hey, I sent this to you at the beginning of the week, so 7 days ago now. 41 years ago and a week. So 41 years and a week. Steelers QB Terry Bradshaw needed shoulder surgery. So he checked into a hospital with the pseudonym Tom Brady. And you can see the clipping from the newspaper down below. Steelers Tom Brady undergoes arm surgery. So pretty crazy, whether he knew who Tom Brady was or not, that at that time, one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. Yeah. Would you agree? Top 10 NFL history quarterbacks at that time, 1983? No?
No.
All right.
No.
Well, a pretty good quarterback then. I think you would agree with that.
No.
All right. Well, then you're just being a hater. All right.
Yeah.
Would use the name Tom Brady. So pretty cool story there. Well, you don't like him because he beat Landry and
he's a Steeler.
Staubach?
And he's a Steeler.
Oh, and he's a Steeler. That's it.
Remember growing up in the 70s, my brother was a Steelers fan, and they were our arch enemy.
Jeff, sometimes the segues just make themselves, and you don't even need to rehearse them.
It's
because you said that he's a Steeler, right?
I did say that.
You did say that.
I did say that.
And even though Terry Bradshaw was a Steeler, he was no Iron Man.
No.
But you know what Iron Man did tonight, Jeff?
Oh.
Iron Man won his first Oscar at the Academy Awards, but not for Iron Man, for a little role he did in Oppenheimer. Can you believe that? In his entire career, with all the films he's done, he's never won an Oscar.
But he's never made a good movie.
He's made a ton of good movies.
Made
made Avengers. He made Avengers.
Those are
He made Avengers.
no one's ever going to win an Oscar for a Marvel or DC movie.
Unless they make you cry. Maybe.
I need to watch this Oppenheimer. I haven't watched it yet.
I tell you what a story for Robert Downey Jr., right? Battles off addiction, had some other unfortunate things happen in his early days.
No, Oppenheimer is a Marvel movie.
It is the new Iron Man. It's called Oppenheimer means Iron Man in
shout out to Ron Susher. He was playing Fall Guys with Purple Haze, playing on YouTube Playables. YouTube Playables Ron was playing Fall Guys on YouTube Playables, folks. So
wow.
Don't sleep on YouTube Playables is all I can say.
I am waiting for your Stadia Pro announcement for the month of March. I never saw it. Never saw it.
It's true.
Thanks a lot, Ron. Appreciate it.
Hey, Ryzak. Ryzak.
Yes.
Did your wife and daughter watch the Oscars?
They did not, Jeff. Fortunately for me, because look, I had to switch slides on you. You foreshadowed me one too many.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The ladies were going nuts here apparently because Mr. John Cena came out with, is that a folder? Now, you would think most men would probably try to find something a little bit bigger, whether they needed it or not, just to show everyone, right? But he came out, that's pretty skimpy. That's pretty skimpy.
I'll be honest, I didn't look at it that closely.
No.
No.
Wow.
No.
Well, bold move by John Cena at such a prestigious event to go out there, what appears to be almost completely, if not fully, naked. Behind, I think that's a folder. Maybe it's the envelope for the award. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But that is definitely something that happened tonight, as well as this, Jeff. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito back together again. And they're making fun of Michael Keaton because he was Batman. And they both played villains in Batman movies.
Yep.
So they were egging him on like, there he is right there. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, I hate him. I hate him.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. I don't know.
When did they stop wearing bow ties and stuff at the Oscars? Like Brad Cooper didn't wear one. Mike's not wearing one. That the lesser
DeVito's
of the
got a long tie on.
Okay, sure, but the lesser of the Hemsworth brothers didn't have one on. Like, why are they? What is with this no bow tie nonsense?
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to evolve the style of the award show.
What's with that?
What's really sad to me as I get older is seeing my childhood age when I get to this point, right? Like Michael Keaton as Batman, badass movie that I watched when I was a kid. He killed it. Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger, all the movies that they've been in that you know about. And when you hear them talk and you see them and you see that age and you see that, that longevity there, it's sad to me. It's sad to me because I know at some point we're going to be sharing a slide on here for people that, we used to watch all the time. So,
one of Purple Haze's shows, they were talking about Mean Girls. And I had made a comment that I had never seen Mean Girls. And they're like, you'd never seen Mean Girls? She had commented or something. And I'm like, no, because I was 24 when that movie came out. I wasn't about to watch a movie about teenage girls in high school.
Well,
so no,
a good movie.
Never saw it. And I had sons. I know some of my buddies who had daughters had to watch it. Like you may have watched it because you watched it with your daughter. That's, but so no, never seen Mean Girls.
Well, we have this one here too. You sent this over right before the show.
Shout out to my boy Robert. If you don't know Robert, if you don't follow him, He was a guest. He was the second guest on when I used to do the Business of before we folded that into this. But the Business of, he came in and he talks all about. Usually he talks sports tax. And so when people sign these big contracts or when they move, he'll be like, oh, he's going to love going from San Francisco over to Texas because there's no state tax. So he's going to make more money. And, where the number 4 pick in the NFL draft will make more money than the number 1 pick because he's going to Houston instead of California, where there's all that blah, blah, blah. But he also does tweet out other fun factoids around the taxation because someone had tweeted him about the gift bag, and they're like, the IRS is going to get their piece. Thus these tweets.
So the goodie bag is $178,000.
Oh, wait.
If you decide to take it, it'll cost you $91,000 of federal and state tax.
So back up for 1 sec. Purple Hay says, to be fair, some of them were older than high school.
I was laughing at that.
What? The parents?
the actors.
The actors playing the. Oh.
Yes.
So they had some 26-year-old playing a 18-year-old or something stupid.
Correct.
That's
what they do.
Like they do in Hollywood. Yeah. Okay.
It's unrealistic expectations, So, all right. So $178,000 for the bag, and if you take it, it'll cost you $91,000 of federal and state tax. So is that because but it's not a gift because you're paying for it. Why would it cost so much in tax? It's not like winning the lottery. You're paying for it, right?
No. I think you get it for free.
Oh, okay. So then that makes sense. All right. So it is at that point, something. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Jeez.
And what's in the bag?
Oh yeah. What is in the bag? You told me that you pulled it up.
Yeah. Recipients will receive an invitation for a 7-day stay at Southern California's Golden Door Spa. Valued at $224,000.
Is that the Swiss Chalet thing that he says in that bottom piece?
Yeah, could be.
Says something. Even the losers of this year's Oscars will win a sleek new wine fridge and a $50,000 vacation.
Oh no, that's
for the okay.
Yeah, this is the gift bag that everybody can have. Okay. There's a $15 50th anniversary of the Rubik's Cube. I want one now for $15. I'll get one. Offered a $25,000 live show from some mentalist. All sorts of fun stuff in here.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I don't know if it's worth $91,000 to me though.
Well, there you go.
All right, Jeff. We got one.
You're gonna have to pay federal tax. So.
Yeah, I would. You wouldn't.
That's true. Fun fact: if our lottery winnings are tax free.
Can you play the lottery in America?
I could.
I mean, would you have to have a would you have to have like a green card or something to play?
No. There's just a lot of hoops. So for example, there's a lot of.
Could I come to Hamilton and play the lottery with you?
You cannot.
I cannot as an American.
You cannot as a non-Ontario citizen resident.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think to do that. I would think that would be wrong to do, but I was just asking.
Mm-hmm. What was I going to say? What were we talking about?
The lottery, winning in
the
America.
Lottery.
Could you come to?
Oh, that's right. So there is a lot of non-U.S. people that play in, for example, the World Series of Poker, or they will go to poker tournaments, right? So the money, the tax is taken right there on the spot. So if I won $100,000 at a poker tournament, right, they take the tax right there, and then I would get, let's say, $50,000 to make the math easy, right? But then as a non-resident, I then have to jump through 1,000 hoops to get the other $50,000. I will eventually get it, but there are hoops that you have to go through because you're a non-resident. Jim and I and others who are non-U.S. creators, we have to fill out your W-9. We have the W-8 BEN, which says we are non-residents and do not withhold the tax. And then the tax will be dealt with at our end. So Jim is now a Twitch affiliate. He's earning buckets of money from Twitch all his subs and all his ad revenue. So he will get a nice little statement that he will then have to declare on his income tax. And that will probably, again, put him in some huge high-end tax bracket. So I didn't tell Jim that part when he signed up.
What'd you tell me about taxes?
No, Jim.
No, I'm saying, what did you tell me about taxes?
I know there's only
better
two things. Better to pay than to get a refund.
Than to get a refund. Better to pay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got one more here, Jeff.
There's only two things in life that are guaranteed: death and taxes.
That's right, death and taxes.
Mm-hmm.
If you could think of one person from your lifetime that could just do anything, doesn't matter what it is, they're just going to do it better than anyone had ever done it before, whether it's beating up 20 people with a pinky or building a house from scratch. Who's your favorite person like that?
Kevin O'Leary, Mark Cuban.
Kevin O'Leary, Mark Cuban. Well, those guys are great, but it's not their birthday. However, it is the one and only baddest man on the planet, Chuck Norris's 84th birthday. He's chopping his cake like this, and Chuck Norris, happy birthday.
Is that a current picture? There's no gray? Jimmy Kimmel's half his age, and he's got gray all over his ass.
Nope. I do not think that is a current picture, because I saw some other pictures when I was kind of looking up some stuff on him. I wanted to make sure that it was real. You know how Chuck Norris stuff can be, right? Like, it's Chuck Norris's 84th birthday because he was 84 for the past 84 years. It's just some stupid Chuck Norris thing. So I had to double check, and I saw some other pictures where you could definitely tell that he's getting older.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
no. Thank you, Daily Loud, for taking this picture.
Yeah, he had a life. I mean, he's had a life. He had an acting career. So
he has
good stuff. So
I don't have a birthday. We don't have a happy birthday. No, I guess I can do this.
Woo, woo, happy birthday! All right, that wraps us up. We're gonna play a game.
What a show!
It's always a great show. What are you talking about? Always a great show.
It's true.
One of these days, Jeff, an executive is going to call you and they're going to say, Jeff Janak, got a deal for you. And that deal is, I want you to suck my... I'm just playing. You might have heard a rumor about that this week, that comedians were becoming famous by doing that. Not Jeff Janak, though. He would not do that.
Oops. I forgot to update the graphic.
All right. Jeff, are you ready to play?
Nope.
Oh, because Jeff is giving...
There you go.
Right. Now we're ready. All right. So today we're going to do 5 guesses, a little different throwback. Shout out to you, Jeffy, for your creative mind of 5 guesses. And we are going to play Family Feud today. We're going to do the fast round at the end, right? So I'm going to give you 5 questions. You're going to give me answers, right? And instead of 200 points, because there would be 2 people, you're just trying to get over 100 for your total. Are you ready?
No. You haven't done your intro yet.
Well, are you ready now?
I am.
Good. Because it's now time for 5 guesses.
All right.
It's a little different. That was a little different. That was good.
Okay.
All right, Jeff. So we are playing Family Feud today. Let me pull this over here so that I can get these questions. I've already got the scores. I've got everything. I can share this with you so you can fact check me, Jeff. I am prepared today. This is not going to be like game over. First question that I have for you, Jeff. Name a... What's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. Here we go. I want you to give me all number 1 answers.
Okay.
Name a popular color for a car.
Red.
All right. Name a fruit you might find in a smoothie.
Strawberry.
Okay. Good job. Name a sport played without a ball.
Badminton.
Okay.
That's a shuttlecock. It's not a ball.
That is a shuttlecock. Let's see. We've got name a musical instrument.
Guitar.
Okay. And last but not least, Jeff, name a popular Christmas movie.
The Grinch That Stole Christmas.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. Time's up. Let's see how you did. Come on in here. Get close to me, Jeff. Get close to me. Come on. Just like Steve does it. Get in close to me, all right? Here we go. Get in close. There we go, buddy. Let's check these out. All right. We asked 100 people.
Are you gonna kiss me like Richard Dawson used to?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm definitely not gonna do all that. But we asked 100 people, name a popular color for a car. Your answer was red. Red got you 27 points. That was the number 2 answer.
Ooh.
Number 1 answer was black.
Black
with 34. All right.
Thought about that after.
2, name a fruit you might find in a smoothie. Your answer, strawberry. 35 points. Number 1 answer, Jeff. Congratulations. Strawberry is what everyone liked the most in their smoothie. Here we go. Third question I had for you. Name a sport played without a ball. You said badminton. That was a 0. That was a 0. No one said badminton. Hockey was number 1, 35. Swimming was number 2 with 25. Track and field was third with 15. Gymnastics and wrestling rounded out the top 5. All right, here we go. Jeff, the next one I asked you, name a musical instrument. You said guitar. Guitar was the number 1 answer with 35 points. There you go. Piano was number 2 with 25.
Where was
and
drums?
last but not least,
do you have drums? Drums?
I don't have. Oh, drums. Okay. Drums was on there. Drums was the 3rd with 20. Yep. And then violin and then flute.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. So name a popular Christmas movie. You said The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
I should have went with Charlie Brown.
Jeff, I'm sorry to inform you, that is not on there. That is 0. Okay.
Wow.
Home Alone was number 1 with 30 points. Elf was number 2 with 25. A Christmas Story, number 3 with 20. It's a Wonderful Life with 15. And The Polar Express rounds out with 10 points.
I was debating about going with Charlie Brown. No matter which one I went with, I got 0. Wow.
You got 27 for red, 35 for strawberry, 0 for badminton, 35 for guitar, and 0 for the Grinch. So by my math, 97 points, Jeff. 3 shy of the elusive 100.
Charlie Brown not on there.
Charlie Brown's not on there. No.
I was debating about Charlie Brown. I was like, I should have went Charlie Brown. It doesn't matter if I'd gone with it, still would have gotten 0.
Well, because I don't want you to think that,
I almost said Die Hard.
Yeah, and I was asking the question, I was like, I bet you he's gonna say Die Hard. I bet you. All right, so I'm giving you in our chat. I gave you the link and the questions that I asked you in case you want to see it or double check it. But there you go, sir. Wow, nicely done, Jeff. All right. Nicely done. You were trying to get creative with the badminton, but
I was, because I didn't even think hockey. How could I not think hockey? Yeah, I was just like,
you would think that like a Canadian would think about.
You would think that would be my first answer.
I mean, you only got a jersey hanging up behind you.
I know, right?
Woo!
I know.
Good show.
I know. I'll add sound effects in post.
There you go. I'm going to hate life in the morning, probably waking up, but I'm really glad to get an hour ahead because I got right there, beginning of the year, I was thinking about saying, hey, Jeff, maybe we need to look at a different time. I feel great today, though. So
Excellent.
Good stuff.
Excellent.
Good stuff. What do we got coming up? Let's see. It is March the 10th. So next week, it's March the 17th.
Happy Mario Day.
It's St. Patty's Day, isn't it?
It's Happy Mario Day.
Happy Mario Day.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Mario? I like how you had to look for the sound effect.
I because there's a whole bunch of them in here. I go, which one is the gasp? I had to sit here and I had to lead it. Which one is gasp?
God.
Which one is?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I had to
So
had to look in to see which.
Oh my golly! Unbelievable.
Happy Mario Day,
had,
Paul Hayes. How many Marios do you know?
It's Mario. Who says Mario? Who says Mario? Come on. The Mario Brothers. Super Mario.
Is that? I can see Crow downvoting this stream right now.
Hey, you know,
I can see Crow down.
We all know what it is. Well, you alluded to it a little bit earlier. So you guys are switching up this week. You're not doing Call of Arms, or you might do Call of Arms?
No, Call of Arms is Monday.
You are doing Call of Arms tomorrow.
And then Wednesday.
I will not see you tomorrow, so do not expect me to be there because I will be announcing a very critical rival soccer game tomorrow. I'm going to try to take some video. I asked my wife to take some video of me because I'd like to be able to share my announcing skills, man. See if I can get a like on them. You know what I'm saying? The Mario Brothers. Come on, Sanchez. Don't fuel his fire here. You know?
Yeah. So Monday is
all right, so Call to Arms Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wednesday will most likely be Skull and Bones.
Okay.
I'm going to see if Chaos wants to play with us again. Element, whatever the hell his name is, from TikTok. See if he wants to join us. And then Friday, I'm back playing some NES games on Nintendo Switch Online. And then, of course, we got sponsored Saturday. Yet to be determined because, negotiations are still underway. So it takes, it takes 3 or 4 weeks to get things negotiated and scheduled. So
yeah,
we'll see what paperwork comes through this week. Paperwork comes through this week. And who knows what else happens.
I've got one soccer game Monday. We've got another one Wednesday. And then, I don't know, I'll probably be doing some stuff to the house, or we're trying to fix up my Jeep for my son because he turns 16 in a month.
When is St. Patrick's Day?
Isn't it the 17th? Isn't it next Sunday?
Could be.
I thought it was 17th.
That could be. Oh, okay.
So that's next Sunday.
Okay, so I got to get it this week. I got to get out the St. Patrick's Day pajamas before I move to the Easter pajamas. Got it.
Yep.
Got it.
So that'll be good.
Yeah, but it was AI. It was more AI than royal family.
AI, Crow.
It was more. It just happened to be them. It could have been AI with Logan Paul, and we still would have discussed it. So,
man, everybody.
I guess Crow. I guess we learned tonight that Crow Resin doesn't like the royal family. So
I think we learned a lot about Crow Resin tonight, to be quite honest with you.
But it was more about the AI than the.
Yeah, Crow. What? It's all about the AI.
It just happened to be them, but it could have been. Anybody. Crow Resin was in the game.
My God.
Crow Resin was in the game I was playing last night. Little Crow Resin.
Nice.
Little Crow Resin, little teal crow was driving. I was driving as him. Except the dev says you might want to use one of the better players. I'm like, okay.
The dev even told you you're using the crappiest dude we put in the game, man. And you should have just fired back and been like, I like a challenge.
Could have been. It could have been.
Nobody makes it last.
Have you downloaded your character builder for Dragon's Dogma Dose? And have you built your character out for Dragon Dogma's Bow? Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to Rouster. Shout out to Paul Bayram. All who have done that. And
I
multiple.
am most likely not going to be playing that game.
Oh.
So
I am really
yeah,
enjoying
no.
Robin Hood. Just saying.
Are you?
I haven't even
I'm
gotten
excited for
back.
this game that I pre-downloaded called Lightyear Frontier. Did you see the looks of that one, Jeff?
I did not.
Hmm.
I did not. I will Google it.
Yeah, here, check this
Yeah,
out.
but yeah, there's. Oh, am I gonna have to show something here? Okay, my mouse ready. My mouse is dying. Oh,
No, I'm not sharing.
okay.
Lightyear
Send me a
Frontier.
link. Okay. Yeah, Dragon Dogma's coming out. There's some other cool games coming out. I haven't even gotten back to Diablo Killer, the last epoch. I've been playing so much Robin Hood, stealing from the poor and giving to the rich. I play the game differently.
Oh, dang, I can play this now. Oh, no, I can't. Release date is next Monday. All right, next Monday, not tomorrow. A week from tomorrow is the release date. Sorry,
Okay.
I was just looking at this.
That's okay. That's all good. I built out my my village, and I've now got a training area, and I've got other stuff. Next thing I got to build is a tavern. Building out a little tavern. Lightyear Frontier game preview. Oh, it's on the Xbox. It's in the cloud, is it?
Yeah, look at this. It's like a farming simulator, but you got like mech robots and stuff too. Like it's I don't know.
Oh, nice.
See this?
Yeah.
Share this. Turn this off. You can't hear it anyway.
No.
I don't want to hear it.
Cool. Fun little.
Yeah, I mean, who needs another builder type game? But I just thought this was kind of cool because it's like farming, but like on another planet. It's like
nice.
Cool stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, there you go. So
what happened to that other game? What happened to the other game you were playing?
Which one? Power World?
Yeah.
I've been playing some Power World.
Are you still playing that? Okay.
I haven't played Power World in a couple of weeks. I'm not going to lie to you. We just got so busy with stuff. Zach and I were playing together. We have a world together, and so we were playing that. I tried out this train sim world. Have you tried that one?
I have not.
Oh, this one's pretty cool. If you want to do trains. And this is that one that I was hoping that we could play, but then we weren't able to play with Crow.
I told you I am knee deep in Robin Hood.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'll be honest with you. The only thing that I'm playing right now is Rocket League. That's it. If I get any time at all, I'm just popping Rocket League on in these last 2 weeks, just because I can, I can get a game done in like 6 or 7 minutes if people are quick with like the, just like the goals and stuff like that. Just if you hurry up and get through it and play quickly, I can play in like 6 or 7 minutes.
When I work out right here, the things right there, I play Fortnite.
Yeah, just because you can do a quick game, right? I mean, sometimes I only got time for one game, and so
what I've been doing?
I go to Rocket League.
I've been playing the racing one.
Oh, in Fortnite.
In Fortnite, because I complete a bunch of daily challenges, and it gives me like 60,000 XP. And I'm just blowing through, and then I might do a quick rank game or two, get another 50 or 60 XP, and I'm just ranking up. So
my daughter really likes the harmonics thing. She really likes the music.
It's not my music. So. It's not my music. So
yeah, I'm so used to playing Rock Band and stuff with the guitar. It's really funky to do the controller for me. Like it just
you got to use. I think the keyboard would be better, but I'm playing it on my PlayStation 5, so I could boot it up on Luna. I could play it all over the world, all over devices. But I don't.
Gotcha.
So there we go. Well, all right, Purple Haze, Pro Resin, Sanchez, Ray, U2 Playables, Ron Slusher, Bruce.
You said Purple Haze, yeah?
I did. I think that was everybody.
We had Ray. Out. Ray came by. You had Jim.
Oh, yeah, Jim. Forgot about Jim. I got to go fact check Fort Lloyd Minster. according to Jim.
Look,
So
all right, hold on. Take yourself off real quick, Jeff. Just
Okay.
take yourself off real quick. All right. Jim, I just want you to remember this day, okay? Clip this because Jeff forgot about you, but I didn't. All right? I didn't because when you've been on the show with me, Jim, we've made magic. Magic has happened. So I just wanted to say, Jeff forgot about you, not me. Okay, Jeff, you can come back now.
I forgot about his stream that I didn't know about yesterday. He did a stream yesterday, and I was there late. Paul's like, "I'm in Jim's stream, and you're not."
Turn this
I'm like,
way
"Oh
now.
my god!" Oh, yeah.
You switched the cameras on me, so now I got to look this way at you.
So,
Now we're back this way. Now I got to look this way. All right, Jeffy. Hey, thanks
All right.
a lot.
See everybody tomorrow.
Night, everybody.
See everyone tomorrow. Bye.